King of the Road.
It's the King of the Road show, and I'm Jim King of the Road. Coming up during the next 30 minutes, we'll re-air our recent exclusive with the Casey Donahue Band. We'll also feature country star Blake Shelton on King's Music Clip of the Week. But first, we'll cruise back to the Texas Renaissance Festival. The Texas Renaissance Festival is located on FM 1774 between Magnolia and Plantersville, 45 minutes northwest of Houston. By the way, this year's festivities end on Sunday, November 28th. Of course, the Texas Renaissance Festival is open for 8 weekends each year, and every weekend has its own unique theme, with different courts vying for the Queen's favor by bestowing lavish amusements and gifts upon her. Even though scalawag pirates and raucous barbarians have their very own weekends to visit and pillage New Market Village. The Texas Renaissance Festival is the nation's largest and most acclaimed Renaissance theme park. Ride shotgun with me and hold on tight as we cruise to the Texas Renaissance Festival.
One man has the power to take you behind the scenes. Jim King of the Road.
Jim King of the Road.
The Texas Renaissance Festival, arguably the region's leading annual festival. If you've never attended the festival, consider a road trip there. It's well worth it. If you're a veteran of past tributes to the birth of the modern world, maybe you should think about revisiting the Texas Renaissance Festival. It features new attractions each year. This rock-climbing castle tower is something new. Of course, music is always a big part of the Texas Renaissance Festival. Cast in bronze is one of the most unique displays you'll ever see. The sounds that this instrument makes are truly haunting and enchanting. Well, we're warming up for the King. We'll be here in a minute with Travis Bryant here.
Yes.
And what do you do for the King?
I am the His Majesty's School Days coordinator. I coordinate our two-day school event where we open the park exclusively for public, private, and homeschool students grades K through 12.
Is that something new?
We just completed our 5th year of offering school days here.
Mm-hmm. And this guy recognized me.
Yes, I've seen you out here. You are the king of the road, and I've seen you out here many times.
Well, I consider that a compliment since you have about 50,000 people here.
Exactly.
But not many with a hat like
no,
this.
that's quite right. That's quite right. Yes, you are a striking figure of a person.
There's a method to my madness.
That's right. You stand out in a crowd, I must say.
Well, you do too.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Well, His Majesty insists that we all look our best.
He's got a King's Issue radio
yes,
there.
King's Issue radio. Yes, it's a Da Vinci invention. You know, he's a very clever man.
Yeah. Will the King be along any moment?
He should be here any moment now.
Okay.
I'm expecting him.
Okay.
Keeping a watchful eye. He tends to like to sneak up on you, though, so be careful.
King Henry VIII again here.
Hi, how are you, Jim? What a pleasure to have you here,
It's
eh?
great to see you.
Indeed, it's a pleasure. I'm speaking in a brogue Scottish accent because we're celebrating a Highland fling here at the Renaissance Festival.
I'm not sure that I understand a word of that back in Beaumont, Texas, but...
yeah, well, I'm not sure I understand a word of what I actually said, but we are celebrating a Highland fling here at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Obviously, 3 days of Celtic Christmas right after Thanksgiving. And what are you doing?
Just enjoying the beautiful day here in New Market Village.
Indeed. Have you been on the road a lot?
On the road, we've been walking all day long. Good exercise here, that's for sure.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed. Have you seen a lot of good festivals and fairs this year?
Very good. This is always on the top of my list. It's way above the rest of them.
Well, yes, indeed. We try to make it a good time. It's a new adventure every time.
When you're at the Texas Renaissance Festival, look for the costume folks with the gold medallions on their left shoulder. They are the official actors commissioned by the King himself. Got Lord and Lady Hogbottom here.
Indeed, we
Good
are.
to see you.
He looks very intelligent.
Well, I know he has that thing in his hand.
I know, it's a little
And
frightening.
we used to come to the fair with our daughter, Pegatha.
Pegatha Hogbottom, a beautiful young lady.
Well, before the wizard put the spell on her, you know.
Honey, it was just a small spell.
Well, but a spell is a spell, right? I mean, really?
Set in an authentic recreation of a 16th century English village, the enchanted 53-acre park offers something for everyone. Costume performers inspire continuous laughter on stages located throughout the festival, with hundreds of daily performances.
All my bones stay nice and strong.
Jim King of the Road. Roger Miller. I like him.
Thank you. It's nice to meet Dead Bob. Now, you're one of the big stars here at the Texas Renaissance Festival, arguably the biggest star, maybe.
Well, there's no argument. I am the biggest.
How many years now?
20 years at the Texas Renaissance Festival.
How many years has Dead Bob been dead?
Let's see. I'm 1,006. I died when I was 27. Figure it out. Do the math.
Make a lot of money, Big Dead Bob?
Well, it's arguable. Yes, sure, I make a lot of money. It's my job. And I give it all to the poor. Smudge is very poor.
Of course, the Texas Renaissance Festival food is also one of the starring attractions. That's me chowing down on a turkey leg. Definitely a meal fit for a king. Turkey legs rule. Anyway, back to the festival. I can't come to the Texas Renaissance Festival without visiting my old friend Huron the Centaur, doing that horse's butt thing, I like to call it.
Yeah, well, I just trying to hang out and do it half-assed, you know.
I think this is like the 35th, 36th annual Texas Renaissance Festival, and you've been to a bunch of them. How many years now?
Been for about the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I've been doing this, so yeah, and it's a great way to spend a weekend.
Oh, yeah, sure.
How do you go to the bathroom, Centaur?
Well, I have a stable out back.
Okay.
And it's a tricky thing.
You still wag your tail?
I can wag my tail, yeah.
Wag it. That's talent right there. Control.
Well, you just have to flinch the right muscle. That's what, you know.
I think that's more information than we need, Centaur. It's a family program.
Whoops, sorry.
Good catching up with you again.
Good night talking to you.
Of course, there's plenty of live music at the Texas Renaissance Festival. Here's the Gypsy Gorilla Band. This versatile and high-energy group of musicians combines a powerful style with personal arrangements and interpretations of a variety of instrumental, Renaissance, Celtic, and Gypsy music. Of course, many of us liked to play in the mud when we were kids. The Sturdy Beggars, a.k.a. Billy and Henry, have carried their love of playing with dirt into adulthood.
United States American is the material that we consider the biggest progression for the state of law. Thank you. Billy. That's me.
It's Henry and Billy.
That's
It's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it. Huh?
Well, no, actually, no one has to do it. That's the only reason we do it.
How many years have you been doing it?
We've been at this fair since 1980.
Uh-huh.
And we started our show in 79. So that was back when Carter was president and the Charleston was all the rage. That's
People
right.
do all kinds of stuff in the entertainment business.
Well, you know what?
Living, huh?
We look at it this way. You know, a lot of people eat dirt metaphorically.
Uh-huh.
We do it literally. Skip the middleman.
That's right.
Keeps our karmas
So what
clean.
does dirt taste like?
Like victory.
Like money, huh?
Actually, it needs a little salt, but yeah, it's a mud show, man. I've got to see the mud show, man. Years ago.
Good stuff, man.
Oh, you have no taste. Thank you. You're a target audience. And just remember, this is for the kids at home. If you ever see our show, and you might get an impression that eating mud is good. Never eat mud until after you pass the hat.
Right.
That's very important.
Very important.
And if you don't,
Let's count that money.
oh, let's count that money. What money?
And that is it. Oh, I had chicken.
Now, this is an interesting hat. It's made out of wine corks, it looks like. Must have been one hell of a party.
Indeed it was, my lord. And it's fashioned after the ladies of the court, but I be a lady of the cork.
Where'd you learn to talk like that?
Well, me mum did teach me to speak my first words.
Do not be alarmed if you hear anything unusual.
Hope you enjoyed our visit to the Texas Renaissance Festival near Plantersville. Again, this year's festivities will conclude on Sunday, November 28th.
Beaumont, Texas, we're the KC Donahue Band from Fort Worth.
It's the King of the Road Show. Coming up later, we'll air our exclusive with the KC Donahue Band. But next, we'll feature Blake Shelton on King's Music Clip of the Week.
My, oh my, you're so good looking.